How to be successful with your MerryStockings felt craft kit. In this series, we will teach you tips and tricks on how to effectively assemble your craft kits and other products for MerryStockings. Find this and more helpful videos at MerryStockings.com. Pre-embroidered felt. Here at MerryStockings, we offer pre-embroidered felt sheets with the name and color of your choosing. We currently offer felt sheets in white and red with a variety of thread colors. These colors include red, white, baby blue, pink, dark green, and blue. Our pre-embroidered felt sheets are a piece of felt 6 inches tall and 17 inches wide with an embroidered name right in the center. The lettering is approximately 1 inch high and comes with the name that you choose. The larger size of the felt allows you to use it in any way. This means you can use this for any kit, such as a stocking, ornament, name tag, or wall hanging. Our downloadable instructions can also help you with tips and tricks on alternate methods of application. In this video, we will go over 2 commonly used methods of reproducing these pieces, the tissue paper method and the press and seal method. Our first method is using tissue paper. You can find this at any craft store. You will see a shiny side and a matte side. I like using the matte side as it seems to hold the writing utensil better. Today, I'm going to be using a pencil in order to draw any lines that I need. There are some pros and cons to which writing utensil you use. Now that my piece is situated on my tissue paper, I'm going to use pins to hold it against the fabric. When using a pencil, if you're using white thread to add embellishments or embroidery, sometimes the pencil lead can rub off on the white thread. This makes it look gray and shabby. Our suggestion is using a ballpoint pen for white thread and a pencil for all other combinations. First, I cut out the piece of the stocking top that I will be replacing with my pre-embroidered felt piece. I like to trace around the shape first and then cut it out. If you're worried about cutting the felt, you can unpin it and then follow the drawn-on lines. If you're not worried about cutting the felt, you can pin it to the tissue paper and then just cut around the edges. Now we'll focus on recreating the lines and dots for embroidery and sequins that go on the original piece. With lighter colored felts, you can place the tissue paper on top and then trace over the top. With darker color felts, you may not be able to do this. In that case, I simply line up the tissue paper and the piece, leaving about 1/4 of an inch on the bottom, and use the original dots and lines as a template and write directly on the tissue paper. After I'm done, I use my eraser and touch up the lines to make sure that they're all the same length. Be sure to do this gently as the tissue paper is very easy to rip. First, I like to fold my template in half to find the exact middle. This will show me exactly where I need to put the name. I also use a ruler just to make sure that it's in the exact center as I'm looking on the piece. Using this tissue paper template, I'm going to repin it over the embroidered felt piece. Our next suggestion is to use quite a few pins to secure the tissue paper to the felt. Only one piece of felt comes in each order. If you make an incorrect cut, there's no way to fix it. Now we can see that our original piece and our recreated piece are an exact match. I also like to line it up on where it goes on this stocking or any other piece that you've recreated to make sure that the size is exact. Our very last step is to make sure that we add our sequins and embroidery per the lines that we had put on our piece before. I sewed directly through the tissue paper. This can help with placement, and it's also really easy to take off. Now that we're done adding our sequins, we're going to go ahead and add our blanket stitch on top. We're going to use the same method. We're going to sew directly through the tissue paper. Now that I'm finished, I'm going to carefully take out the pins and remove the tissue paper. Pull very gently around the top, and the tissue paper should slide right out. Before applying the finished piece, I do take my scissors to clean up any edges that I might have. Now we're ready to attach our finished piece. Using the stocking back, line up your pre-embroidered felt piece, pin in place, and then sew on via the kit instructions. Our second method is the press and seal method. This is my favorite way to do it. Press and seal can be found at your grocery store and is usually used to cover your leftovers. There are two sides to press and seal wrap. One side will not stick to your felt, the other side will. It sticks pretty well and it will not compromise the felt or the shape when you peel it off later. This method is great for not having to use pins. We're going to put the press and seal directly on our name tag. This can be used for anything that you might need it for. Just like the felt, you can either trace around it or you can directly cut the press and seal with your scissors. If you need to, make sure to use a pen, as a pencil is not going to work on press and seal. On this tag, it does have two small black lines to show you where the fold line needs to be. Make sure you also add that to your press and seal wrap, as well as any other small embellishment marks or embroidery lines you need to add. Just like in tissue paper, I'm going to use my ruler to find the exact middle of where I need to place the name. Here comes the best part. Since the press and seal wrap is already sticky and you can see through it, you're going to just place it over the pre-embroidered felt sheet. You're simply going to take your scissors and cut straight through the felt and the press and seal wrap at the exact same time. Then you're just going to peel off the press and seal wrap. The best part is it can be used over and over again without losing the stick, and it will not rub off on your felt. Following the directions from your kit, sew up the tag and make sure to place the cording correctly. We look forward to seeing you on the next MerryStockings tutorial. Please be sure to like and subscribe to see more videos.